I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, today we're talking about Diddy, a perfect example of coddling and enabling in the Black community gone wrong. Now, before I get into it, let me just give y'all this quick disclaimer. Everything in this video is my opinion and my opinion alone. Nothing is factual, but all alleged. I do not know any of these people personally. Now, let's get into it. Now, I know by now y'all have heard everything about Diddy and all of his wrongdoing. He's been arrested. His petition for bail has been denied twice, so he will remain in jail because they think that he is a danger on the outside because of the fact that he has already been exposed for alleged witness tampering. Now, when Dawn, who was in Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, when she filed that lawsuit against Puffy, and Kalina, the other woman who was in the group, essentially said that, hey, she didn't know what Dawn was talking about. When it was exposed that Diddy had called her over 52 times, and you already know why, which is why she made a statement saying that she didn't see nothing, etc., etc. And now we have also seen the video of Diddy, of course, beating the brakes off of Cassie. And also all the rumors that he did the same thing with Kim Porter and a lot of other of his women. And also another one of his women, Gina, the one that was beefing with Young Miami, she did an interview with Tasha K where she talks about him violently beating her and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what's crazy about this whole situation of people playing like they don't know what type of person that Puffy is that none of these rumors about him being a morally bankrupt or a shady person is new. People were speaking out against Puffy when I was in junior high and high school. People always said, don't sign the bad boy. You're either going to wind up unalived or you will disappear and no one will know who you are after your first album. People always said that he will steal your publishing and he wants to be the star, even if it's your video. And I have no idea how everyone is acting like this man is an angel, or they're acting like they have forgotten that the general consensus always was that Diddy was a shiesty individual. I just don't understand this whole culture of when a Black man is finally facing the consequences of their actions. Now everyone wants to stand up and protect him when he is only reaping what he has sown. And baby, I don't think y'all need me to tell y'all that grace is never, ever, ever given to Black women. Now, you have the woman that was a victim of Diddy in the nightclub pew-pewing back in the day when Puff was with J-Lo, and she said this.
Yeah, and you have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you. I think you even said it to the doctor that night, right?
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. For God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur and have described it, vehemently to all parties involved. I think in our society, we have respectability politics. There are people who want to be adjacent to power or celebrity or money, and there's a hierarchy of respectability. Because his name was more notable, he was believed rather than a victim who gave a first-hand account. By the grace of God, I survived.
So let us not lose sight of what the cold, hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great, intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if he and I were bombale. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people. No one needs to fail for me to succeed. No one needs to suffer for me.
I just also want to try to see this weird clip of Diddy and Cassie and this 3 a.m. commercial.
Been 100 with y'all. I was in a dark place for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And I have to give a special thank you, shout out, thank you, all that love. I gotta give a special thank you. Yeah, and also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
Now you have a woman saying that Puffy pew-pewed her. She sat there and said she saw him, he did it, but yet no one believed her or took her serious. Even though she's been saying this for years and years and years, Puffy, aka Diddy, his star has continued to grow and grow and grow. But then y'all will turn around and say, well, why do victims remain silent for years? Why don't they speak up? Or why would they rather have money instead? Well, maybe because no one believes them or listens to them, or nothing happens to these people when they tell their experiences. And also, a lot of times it seems that when powerful men harm women, nothing happens to them. Then you have Shine sitting there. You heard him say that this man destroyed his life. But even he was willing to swallow that betrayal to help his country. So why you don't understand why some people may swallow abuse or do things that they may not want to do to help themselves, to help their family, to put themselves in a better position of making money, I don't understand it. Then y'all see Diddy shouting out the name of a woman who had already left him due to his violent abuse. That's insane. That is insane psychotic work. And I've mentioned this before, but if you even watch that weird clip that I put in of that commercial 3 a.m. that Cassie had with Diddy, it was very dark and demonic. It gives a very, very nasty feel to it. And you can see that commercial is definitely, in my opinion, the brainchild of a man who is doing exactly what he has been rumored to have done to her. And I think you guys should really go watch the whole clip on YouTube. Just Diddy, Cassie, 3 a.m., look it up. And then thinking, as we put all of the pieces together, you have Mase, whose first album went quadruple platinum in the US. He was on the top of the world. I know that I used to love Mase, and back then Mase was definitely popping. But in the midst of him popping, being the right-hand man to Puff Daddy, and being super famous and loved by all the ladies, this man decided to up and dip during the height of his popularity. And he decided to become a pastor. I don't know why people aren't talking about that, because why do you think that is? What do you think he was seeing or experiencing that made him want to just stop right in the middle of his whole dreams coming true to just go ahead and throw it all away and turn his life over to God and become a pastor? What do you think? What do you think the motivation was behind that? Then you have the Locks, who called Diddy a coward and a thief and had an infamous fight on the radio on Hot 97. Things got aggressive when they had a meeting together. Then we have to think about this, not to mention the countless other rumors that you've heard from other current celebrities, aka let's give a shout out to Cat Williams, speaking on his morally bankrupt parties, him being actually aggressive or wilding out, calling men daddy, Fabulous looking at that man with naked fear during that Drink Champs interview where Diddy was talking about why don't we party together anymore. Usher, when speaking out about seeing things that he shouldn't have during his so-called artist development with Diddy, Justin Bieber's strange behavior around Puff, and etc., etc., etc. But with still all of this very clear evidence, the Black community now is still trying to paint Diddy as this rich Black mogul that doesn't deserve what is happening to him, or acting like the world doesn't have very good reason in being happy that he is reaping what he has sown. And this constant excusing of bad behavior when it comes to Black men is exactly why we have so many morally bankrupt men in our community, destroying it and tearing it apart. Now, I just want to share with y'all a few comments that I have read underneath Diddy posts. Because y'all swear that nobody's defending Diddy when I call it out. But you know what? Let's just get into it, okay? Here is one. Again, what's illegal about having baby oil, having freak offs, having lubricants, and human trafficking laws need to be changed because if you book a person a flight and have bloop with them, that's considered human trafficking? Miss me with that. And I'm more than 400% sure any woman would participate in his XX. He's Diddy, a billionaire. Almost every girl going to if he says come. This indictment is just to destroy a black man's empire. Because what happened to Epstein and his thousands of co-defendants? Oh, he's white. Free Diddy. Now, this is that BS that I'm talking about because this man has a 14-page indictment. 14 pages that you can go right on Twitter and read yourself. This isn't about baby oil or being freaky. It's about abusing people and using intimidation tactics and manipulating people with your power, your money, and illicit substances to get what you want. And this is ridiculous. And I want to talk about this too. They always talk about destroying a black man's empire. Well, when he was doing what he was doing, he knew that he had an empire, and yet he still chose to abuse his power and risk his empire. And then when people mention, which is really crazy, when people mention Epstein, when that man was arrested and is now supposedly in the dirt, is wild. And also a thought is this, is why do we as black people have to compare our morals with white tea people? Oh, well, white tea people don't call out the predators in their community. White tea people don't call out the P3DOs or grapists or their stars who act like Diddy. So why do we do it? Black people have always and will always have more morals than white tea people. Look at what they have done historically, okay? Not only just to black people, but to other people of color. So I don't think that we should ever be trying to compare ourselves to them or ever try to move how they move. But let me just keep moving forward. Let me keep reading these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not celebrating Diddy's downfall with you N-words. Next comment. True. Any black men or women celebrating his downfall, that person is celebrating the downfall of his children's future in America. Oh, brother. Okay. What? Let me say this. What are these fools smoking on? I really want to know. Why do people feel the need to protect monsters in our community just because they're black men? Imagine, just imagine, let me set the scene. If a black woman had been accused of raping and trafficking black men and possibly unaliving them and taking advantage of them financially and also controlling them with violence, these comments would look a lot different. Y'all don't even support black female victims, let alone any black woman that you think did something wrong. But you know what? The coddling, the enabling of bad behavior when it is done by a black man is the reason why black men, unalive black women more than any other races do to their women. It's the reason why black men unalive each other the most. It's the reason why they are the least employed, because we enable bad behavior from black men and excuse it. Now, here's an article, just a quick post. It's also a video, but I didn't feel like including it, of Faison Love. This man, I was about to really tear this man up, but I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to say that this man looks like he is a hamburger away from a coronary event. But anyway, he was saying that Diddy, he was just being nasty. What's wrong with being nasty? Purposely misunderstanding why this man is in trouble. Why are you purposely misunderstanding the facts so that you can defend bad behavior? That's nasty work. And my thing is this, is that the reason why everyone wants to defend this man, in my opinion, is for two reasons. Men do it because they see themselves in Diddy, or they want to be him. They would treat people the exact same way if they had the money and they had the time and they had the opportunity. So they don't want to see anybody punished that engages in this behavior because it takes their fantasy away that they could do it one day. And also, they are deriders who live vicariously through the sins of the men that they admire. And women, okay, women do it because they are enabling mammies who have been brainwashed to prioritize the black man over everything, including themselves and their daughters. These women that make excuses for men like Diddy, they are the same ones that will silence a young black girl who has been victimized by a black man because, oh, you shouldn't want to call the police. Something could happen to our brothers, when those same brothers would never do the same for us and would harm us in those same breaths. And mammies like this, truly, truly disgust me. Now let me read this comment, y'all. Y'all see it. I wish y'all would just stop reporting on him every second. No matter your thoughts and his prior actions, this man does not deserve to have his personal business and name slandered across every social platform for people all over the world and the world to cast judgment, ridicule, shame, and hate. He has done some bad things and he will have to pay the price for them, but let the judges be the actual judges. In my opinion, this is just not right and should be illegal defamation of character. He is still a human being. Shake my head. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. You have got to be one sick puppy, one male-centered woman to watch this man beat the brakes off a woman and listen to other women say that he violated them, actually intimidated them, abused them, raped them, even heard the same things. Men have said these same things as well. To then call this man a human being and think that his image is supposed to be considered. Pure insanity. Do you hear me? Pure insanity. I don't know where these women come from. I really don't know where they come from. And then let me just go forward and read another comment. All right. This is the proof the media can be used to manipulate the people. No one is talking about the obvious reality. These top guys just set up the whole play, knowing fully well Diddy will be crucified by his own people. Shameful. Then here's the next comment, and we immediately took the bait. What are we talking about here? Huh? Talking about Diddy is being crucified by his own people? Well, where was his consideration for his people when he was preying on his people? It ain't like all his victims are white tea. What are we really talking about here? And you know what? To see black women defend this man, it really turns my stomach. But I'm really, really coming to the conclusion that, honestly, even though it pains me to admit this, some black women cannot be saved. They will pick me, Penelope, their way through life, and there's nothing that I can do about it. There's nothing that we can do about it as a collective of black women. And it's the same with these ladies that I saw on this thread on TikTok, telling James and Fahad that they forgive them. I'm just going to let y'all see it up on, I'm not even going to read the comments, y'all. I'm just going to put them up here to run up here so that you can see it. And why in the world would you forgive these men when these men didn't even mention black women in their apology? What do you forgive, sis? And it's crazy because it's the mental gymnastics that some of these black women do just to excuse black men for violating and disrespecting them is insane. Completely nuts. And then when you see pro-black men, which I've already said that pro-black men, the majority of them are not pro-black people. They are literally pro-black men. They have no love, no care, no concern for black women, just on censoring black men. And a lot of times they are filled with misogyny, misogynoir, etc., etc. Now, I've also already said 1,000,001 times that I believe that Dr. Umar is that type of man. He's not pro-black woman in the slightest. I've seen him offer support quite frequently to black men that have been accused of very bad things. I've seen him offer support to Tory Lanez and to other black men that have harmed black women. And I feel like it is a low-key, problematic way that he does of giving support or talking about black men that have been accused of bad behavior. Like, as y'all see here up on the screen, he's talking about where is the evidence for X trafficking regarding Diddy. And my thing is this: why would you even say anything that could be possibly misconstrued as support for a man that is clearly hurt and harmed and preyed on women and men? And it really disgusts me how many excuses that we make for black men to be the absolute worst individuals possible. And it's always the white T-man's fault. Or how dare we not turn a blind eye to the black man's wrongdoing. We don't want to take down our black men. We don't want to tear down a black man's legacy. Well, y'all was cool with tearing down a black woman's legacy. Meg Thee Stallion for getting pew-pewed. And that's the only thing she did wrong was be a victim, which isn't even wrong. Y'all was saying, hey, she deserves what she got. Y'all said that she slept with her friend's man, even though that same friend said that Tory was not her man. But y'all was ready for this woman to be publicly disgraced, tarred and feathered. And she isn't on film anywhere beating somebody unconscious. But y'all wanted her completely canceled. Y'all tore this woman to pieces, destroyed her, said all type of things about her when she had done nothing wrong except be harmed by a black man. Y'all wanted her completely erased for daring to even speak on her harm and her experience. And my thing is this: y'all not ready to say that y'all will always choose a black man that behaves badly over a black woman that is innocent every single time. Let's talk about Chrisette Michele. Y'all threw a black woman away because she performed for Trump. Y'all ain't care about her legacy. And once again, she ain't hurt nobody, but y'all sat there and watched as Kanye, Lil Wayne, Steve Harvey, Kodak Black, Waka Flocka, and a bajillion other black men tap dance for Trump. But you ain't cancel them. You ain't try to end their legacies. And like I said before, cancel culture only applies to black women. Agree or not, I don't care. And my thing about this is that until y'all really acknowledge that you give black men a whole different set of rules to live by, and you don't hold them accountable for Nathan, not accountable for Nathaniel, we will never, ever, ever get anywhere. And really, this is the reason why I say, and I will holler it forever, this is the reason why the black community is in shambles. Due to the bad behavior, the criminality, the lack of motivation, the lack of being able to self-start, the abuse and disrespect of black women. The reason why black men are such terrible members in society and they destroy the neighborhoods that we live in is because the black community doesn't require them to do a damn thing. Pardon my French. Their mediocre presence is enough. And even if they are able to ascend to a high height of success, then he is able to turn into a literal demon. And he can hide behind, we shouldn't tear down our brothers. We shouldn't destroy this black man's legacy. Why are we doing the white man's job for him? Kindly move around me with that BS. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, I will pluck out both of my eyeballs, rinse them off, boil them, and use them like bacon bits in a Cobb salad before I ever defend a predator just because he's a black man. Before I ever defend a predator because I want to protect this fool's legacy. I'm telling y'all, we should have, as the black community, a set of morals and a code of conduct in our community for the men and for the women. And if you get caught violating them, you're out. You don't get any protection from the black community. And it's just that simple. And these rules should apply for the rich and the poor. But you know what? I digress, y'all. I got too hype, all right? My bad. So let me digress for real, all right? If you watch this whole video, and I'm telling you, this video was a long one. So I know if you sat there and you watched this whole video, you are definitely a real one. Definitely part of the family. And I appreciate you so much. So if you did watch this video and you did enjoy it, please do me a favor and drop a 66 in the comments to let me know that you enjoyed this video. And if you would mind, or if you can, it's cool. If you can donate to my Cash App to help support the channel so that I can continue to make extremely long videos like this, that's no problem at all. I know that times are hard out here. So just do your girl a free favor. It will not cost you a dime, okay? It is free 99. Just follow me there on TikTok. I live stream there. I post videos there. I have a good time there. It's fun over there, all right? And also, if you could please follow me on YouTube, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, y'all just listen to me. Y'all just watching my videos, hitting that like button. That's enough support for me. Enough support for me because I really, really do appreciate it, y'all. And I love to hear from y'all. So as always, ladies, please, all right, drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.